The twin stars of Arides hung low, bathing the alien world in a violet twilight that shimmered across the crystalline spires of the palace of Arides. Ryan Blake, a 29-year-old Alliance scout, pressed himself against the palace's cool, metallic wall, his heart pounding beneath a form-fitting stealth suit that hugged his lean, muscular frame. His green eyes, sharp under tousled brown hair, scanned the holographic map flickering on his wrist computer. Admiral Harrington's briefing had been deceptively straightforward. Infiltrate the palace, steal the metamorph relic, and slip out unnoticed. Another day in paradise, Ryan muttered, flexing his shoulders as he prepared to move, the weight of his mission settling like a second skin. Aridesians were notorious for guarding their treasures, and the palace's security intel was maddeningly incomplete. The map pinpointed the relic deep within the central spire's royal chamber, protected by a labyrinth of corridors, living guards, and automated systems that could shred an intruder in seconds. Ryan scaled the wall with micro-adhesive gloves, the palace's architecture, a fusion of organic curves and mechanical precision, pulsing faintly under his touch, as if alive. He reached a narrow window, its frame etched with glowing runes, and peered inside. The corridor was empty, its bioluminescent panels casting an emerald glow across liquid metal floors that rippled with each step. He slipped through, landing silently, his training making him a shadow in the alien twilight. Ryan moved with practiced stealth, navigating the maze-like corridors. At a three-way junction, an Aridesian guard appeared, tall, slender, with shimmering blue skin and pointed ears framing silvery white hair, tied in a high braid. Her violet eyes scanned the hallway, missing Ryan as he pressed into an alcove, his breath controlled. Too easy, he whispered, a smirk tugging at his lips as the guard passed. The next challenge was a laser grid, its red beams faint but deadly. He tossed the disruptor from his belt, its pulse scrambling the sensors for a fleeting moment. Rolling through the gap, he landed in a crouch, heart racing as the beams reactivated behind him. The royal chamber's door loomed ahead, its surface carved with shifting patterns that seemed to watch him. A biometric lock required an Aridesian handprint. Ryan deployed a hacking device, its soft clicks cycling through combinations as he scanned for patrols. After a tense minute, the lock disengaged with a faint hum. He pushed the door open, wincing at its subtle creak, and stepped into a chamber that stole his breath. High ceilings arched above walls adorned with patterns that danced like living art. At the center, a pedestal of solid light held the metamorph relic, a palm-sized object resembling a seed, its iridescent surface swirling with colors that quickened as he approached. "Hello, you beauty," Ryan murmured, reaching for it. Time to make history. The chamber's lights flared, blinding him. As his vision cleared, Aridesian guards surrounded him, their energy rifles trained on his chest. At their center stood a figure from his briefing, Zinnia, ruler of Arides. Her blue skin shimmered like a twilight sea, her silvery white hair cascading over a black leather outfit with metallic accents that hugged her lithe, powerful frame. Her deep violet eyes, flecked with silver, gleamed with amused curiosity, her pointed ears twitching slightly. "A human thief in my palace?" Her voice rang out, melodious yet commanding, with a hint of intrigue. Ryan straightened to his 6 feet 1 inch height, meeting her gaze with a grin. "I prefer cultural exchange specialist, Your Eminence." Zinnia's lips curved, her blue skin catching the light in a mesmerizing dance. "Most would tremble before me. Humans are different. Never been accused of blending in," Ryan quipped, his confidence masking the adrenaline spiking through him. His mission was compromised, but her curiosity was a lifeline he could exploit. "Take him to the special holding cell," Zinnia ordered, her violet eyes sparking with interest. "I'll interrogate him myself." The dungeon was no grim cell, but a fusion of ancient stone and futuristic tech, its gray walls pulsing with electronic veins that glowed faintly. Energy restraints hummed around Ryan's wrists, securing him to the wall with just enough slack to shift uncomfortably. Stripped of his stealth suit, he stood in tight leather pants and a sleeveless undershirt, his toned muscles flexing as he tested the bonds. "Well-crafted," he muttered, impressed despite his predicament. "Don't waste your strength," Zinnia's voice echoed as she entered, the door sealing silently behind her. She'd swapped her regal attire for a functional leather outfit, its metallic accents glinting as they caught the dim light. Her blue skin shimmered with subtle patterns, and her violet eyes studied him with unabashed fascination, like a scientist encountering a rare specimen. "I've never met a human," she said, circling him slowly, her movements graceful yet predatory. "Your species has a reputation. Warriors, explorers, troublemakers." Ryan held her gaze, refusing to flinch. "All glowing reviews, I hope." Zinnia's smile was sly, her blue cheeks hinting at a faint purple blush. "Depends on the source." She stopped inches away, her cool aura brushing against him. "Rumors speak of unique human traits." His pulse quickened, her tone igniting a primal spark. "Care to clarify, Your Eminence?" Her violet eyes darkened with bold curiosity. "Show me this human feature that doubles in size," she demanded, her fingers tugging his waistband down with scientific precision, exposing him. "Fascinating," she murmured, her gaze analytical yet intrigued. Ryan's face flushed, a mix of embarrassment and unexpected arousal surging through him. Not how we do introductions on Earth, he managed, keeping his voice steady despite the compromising position. Zinnia tilted her head, her blue skin shimmering as she studied his reaction. You're embarrassed? On Arides, the body is merely science, not shame. Cultural gap, Ryan said, seizing the opening. On Earth, we save this for after a few drinks. Her laugh was like wind chimes, bright and melodic. Humor as a defense, another human quirk. She released his waistband but stayed close, her scent, ozone and alien blossoms, filling his senses. Your adaptability intrigues me. So fragile in form. Yet you've claimed the stars with remarkable speed. We're full of surprises, Ryan replied, hyper-aware of her proximity, the coolness radiating from her blue skin. So, I've heard, Zinnia murmured, her gaze lingering on his form, from his broad shoulders to the pulse at his neck. Humans are said to embody passion, intensity, impulse. Her cool, blue fingers brushed his chest through the thin undershirt, feeling his racing heartbeat. Is this fear? Attraction? Both. Maybe you'll have to find out, Ryan challenged, his voice low, leaning as far as the restraint allowed. Her boldness was disarming, but he sensed an opportunity in her curiosity. Zinnia's fingers traced his jaw, sending shivers down his spine. First, tell me why the Alliance seeks the metamorph relic. Charm hadn't fully disarmed her, but her fascination was a lever. They called it a cultural treasure, symbolic, Ryan said honestly. A diplomatic gesture to strengthen ties. Zinnia's laugh was sharp, her blue skin flaring briefly with shifting patterns. By stealing it? A curious approach to diplomacy. I'm just a muscle, Ryan admitted, shrugging. They point, I go. Her violet eyes softened, assessing him with a mix of skepticism and intrigue. Your superiors don't grasp its true power. She summoned a hologram, the relic pulsing with energy tendrils that spiraled outward. The metamorph relic is a key to technology that restructures matter at a molecular level. Air into poison, space into barriers. In the wrong hands, it's a weapon of catastrophic potential. Ryan's mind raced, the Alliance's oversight dawning on him. Harrington had framed it as a trinket, not a galactic game-changer. You think that's their goal? He asked, genuinely surprised. Your reaction suggests otherwise, Zinnia said, her fingers resuming their exploration, trailing along his collarbone. Tell me the truth, Ryan Blake. They said it was symbolic, he insisted, meeting her gaze. But if the Vorix Imperium is after it, that's a problem we can't ignore. Zinnia's blue skin flared again, her patterns shifting with urgency. The Vorix have hunted it for centuries. If they claim it, entire worlds could burn. Then we stop them, Ryan said, his voice firm. Release me, Zinnia. I'll help you protect it. Her smile was enigmatic, her blue cheeks hinting at a deeper purple blush. Your pulse betrays no lie. She leaned closer, her breath cool against his ear. Do humans kiss? The question sparked a grin. Want to find out? He murmured, closing the distance as much as the restraints allowed. Their lips met, her cool, velvety mouth a thrilling contrast to his human warmth. She hesitated, analyzing the sensation, then deepened the kiss, her violet eyes wide with wonder as they parted. Electric, she breathed, her blue skin glowing faintly. Is it always so with humans? Only when there's chemistry, Ryan said, his smirk masking the heat coursing through him. Chemistry, Zinnia echoed, intrigued. We call it resonance of spirits. With deliberate slowness, she deactivated his restraints, the energy bonds vanishing. True understanding cannot be forced. Rubbing his wrists, Ryan stepped closer, their faces inches apart. Am I still your prisoner? That depends, Zinnia teased, her violet eyes dancing, on whether you wish to be free. Their next kiss was unrestrained, a fusion of cool blue skin and human heat, her patterns glowing brighter with each touch. Their exploration deepened, a dance of differences, her cooling physiology against his rising warmth, her silvery hair tangling in his fingers. Afterward, entwined on the chamber's floor, Zinnia traced the scars on his chest with her blue fingers. Your legends were not exaggerated, she murmured, her voice warm with satisfaction. Ryan chuckled, catching his breath, glad to uphold humanity's rep. But the relic's danger loomed in his mind, a shadow over their connection. We need to move, Zinnia. The Vorix won't wait. She rose, her leather outfit reforming with fluid grace, her blue skin shimmering in the dim light. There's something you must see, something few outsiders have witnessed. She pressed her palm against a wall, revealing a hidden panel that opened into a bioluminescent passage, its turquoise glow casting patterns across her blue face. Follow me. The tunnel sloped deep beneath the palace, the air thick with a mineral tang and an electric charge that raised the hairs on Ryan's neck. Secret passages, he noted, his voice echoing faintly. Every palace needs them. Built by my ancestors to protect the relic, Zinnia said, leading him with purpose. The Vorix grow bolder each cycle. Hiding is no longer enough. Ryan saw his opening, his scout instincts kicking in. Let me fake stealing the relic. If Vorix spies are on Arides, they'll chase me. Your guards can track them to their command structure. Zinnia's violet eyes narrowed, her blue skin shimmering with contemplation. Brave or utterly reckless? Both, Ryan grinned, his confidence unwavering. It's how I roll. She studied him, her fingers brushing his arm, the contact sending a jolt through their budding resonance. Our connection, our resonance, makes me inclined to trust you. But this is a dangerous gamble. I'm good at those, Ryan said, his voice softening. And I don't want to see your world burn. The chamber they entered was vast, its ceiling a mosaic of glowing stones mimicking a starry sky. Concentric rings of liquid metal rotated around a pedestal, their hypnotic patterns reflecting across Zinnia's blue skin. The pedestal held a relic fragment, identical to the one above but incomplete, its iridescent surface pulsing faintly. The metamorph engine, Zinnia explained, her voice reverent. The relic you sought is one of 3 pieces, scattered by the ancients to prevent misuse. It was designed to heal worlds, restore ecosystems, purify poisoned atmospheres, repair space-time itself. But in the wrong hands, it could weaponize matter itself. Ryan whistled low, circling the pedestal. Smart move, splitting it up. Why show me this? He asked, taking her hand, her blue fingers cool against his warmth. This is bigger than my mission. Zinnia's violet eyes met his, steady and resolute. The Vorix won't stop until they have all 3 pieces. Humans are impulsive, innovative, fiercely protective. We need allies, Ryan, and I believe you're more than a thief. His plan solidified, years of tactical experience aligning with their shared goal. Craft a replica relic. I'll draw the Vorix out. Let them think I've got the real thing. Your forces can track them, and we'll hit their leadership before they know what's happening. Zinnia nodded, her blue skin glowing with determination. A replica can be made to fool their scanners for a time. It's risky but cunning. I'll trust you, Ryan Blake. 3 days later, in a palace workshop buzzing with activity, Aridesian craftsmen presented a replica relic, its iridescent surface nearly indistinguishable from the original, its energy signature meticulously calibrated. It'll pass cursory scans for 12 hours, Craftsman Talon said, his blue skin shimmering as he handed the containment box to Zinnia. After that, the signature degrades. More than enough, Ryan said, securing the box to his enhanced stealth suit, now upgraded with Aridesian tech that blurred his outline and masked his heat signature. His nights with Zinnia had deepened their bond, her scientific curiosity about his rising body heat and her cooling physiology weaving into a genuine connection that transcended species. Each touch, each shared moment. Her blue fingers tracing his scars, his hands and her silvery hair, had built a resonance that felt both alien and profoundly human. You're sure about this? Zinnia asked, her violet eyes searching his. Born for it, Ryan replied, winking. Your guards know the plan? Extraction point is the abandoned temple in the eastern quarter, she confirmed, her voice steady but laced with concern. They'll track you from a distance unless you signal. She hesitated, then stepped forward, embracing him in front of her craftsman, a rare public display that drew startled glances. Her blue skin was cool against his cheek, her scent of ozone and blooms grounding him. Come back to me, Ryan, she whispered. He held her tightly, memorizing her touch. We've got unfinished business, Your Eminence. Their kiss was fierce, a promise sealed in the face of danger, as her guards whispered among themselves. Ryan activated his suit's cloaking and slipped into the Aridesian night, the twin stars watching. The city's air carried a metallic bite as Ryan moved through its shadowed streets, deliberately letting surveillance systems glimpse him with the fake relic. His wrist computer buzzed. His escape had been reported, the bait set. Within 20 minutes, his enhanced sensors detected movement. 8 Vorix agents converging, their gaunt, insectoid forms moving with unnatural fluidity, their pallid skin and elongated limbs stark against the city's glow. Big turnout, Ryan whispered into his comm, his pulse quickening. Too big. Zinnia's voice came through cool but tense. Our sensors caught a Vorix command shuttle entering the atmosphere, diplomatic class, bypassing standard vectors. Ryan's blood chilled. They sent a heavy hitter. Change to extraction point beta, Zinnia urged, her voice sharp. This is too dangerous. No way, Ryan countered, his mind racing with tactical possibilities. This is our shot to take out their leadership. Central Plaza now? Bring the real relic. You're insane, Zinnia said, but he caught a trace of admiration in her tone. We're moving. The Central Plaza was a vast expanse ringed by ancient monuments, their twisted forms glowing under bioluminescent lamps that cast long shadows. Ryan took cover behind a spire of metal and stone, its surface etched with runes older than Aridesian history. His sensors tracked 12 Vorix agents now, forming a perimeter with predatory precision. The command shuttle descended, its angular, light-absorbing form blocking the stars as it settled at the plaza's edge. From its ramp emerged Executive Krell, a 7-foot Vorix in articulated armor that seemed to drink the light, his movements deliberate, powerful, a predator certain of its dominance. That's Krell, Zinnia's voice warned through the comm, military governor of this sector. This is unprecedented. Ryan grinned grimly, adjusting his position. Perfect. We got their attention. Krell's amplified voice echoed across the plaza. Human, surrender the relic. Your death will be swift. Ryan stepped out, the pouch with the fake relic visible at his hip. Not much of an offer, he called, his voice steady. How about we negotiate? Krell's helmet tilted, a flicker of surprise. The relic belongs to the Imperium by ancient claim. Aridesians see it differently, Ryan taunted. stalling as he sensed Zinnia's forces closing in. Above, Alliance dropped ships decloaked, their weapons locking onto the Vorix shuttle, their hulls gleaming in the twilight. Zinnia appeared at the plaza's edge, her battle armor accentuating her lithe form, her staff crackling with energy. Her blue skin glowed fiercely, her violet eyes locked on Krell. "Executive Krell, you violate Aridesian sovereignty," she declared, her voice carrying regal authority. "Withdraw, or face the consequences." Krell's posture radiated contempt. "You're outnumbered, outgunned, and soon extinct, Aridesian." Ryan joined her, his suit humming with power. "Check your math, pal." Krell activated a device on his gauntlet, and the plaza erupted into chaos. Vorix agents attacked, their movements synchronized and lethal, their blades and energy weapons slicing through the air. Krell lunged for Zinnia, his speed blinding, but Ryan intercepted, his suit's enhancements absorbing the bone-rattling blow. "Humans meddle where they don't belong." Krell spat, his neck strike a blur. "It's kind of our thing," Ryan grunted, countering with a strike to Krell's knee joint, exploiting a weak point Zinnia had briefed him on during their nights together. Zinnia fought with lethal grace, her staff a whirlwind of energy that felled two agents in a fluid, dance-like motion, her blue skin shimmering with each precise strike. Ryan took a hit to the ribs, pain flaring, but his suit's systems surged back online, amplifying his strength. Krell drew a wicked blade, its edge humming with dark energy. "Your sentiment for this female clouds your judgment," he taunted. "It sharpens it," Ryan countered, landing a blow that cracked Krell's chest plate. Across the plaza, Zinnia dispatched another agent, her violet eyes locking onto Ryan with a fierce coordination that felt like an extension of their resonance. Krell, sensing their synergy, threw a device toward the plaza's center. A pulse bomb, Ryan realized with dread. He tackled Zinnia to the ground, shielding her with his body as the device detonated, releasing an energy wave that disabled all electronics, including his suit and the Alliance ship's weapons. In the chaos, Krell ripped the pouch from Ryan's hip, his triumph palpable. At last, he growled, opening it. His posture shifted to rage as he saw the fake relic. "A deception? Did you think we'd bring the real one?" Zinnia asked, rising gracefully as systems flickered back online, her blue skin glowing defiantly. Krell roared, charging them both, his movements now frantic. Ryan and Zinnia moved as one, their resonance guiding their actions. Where Ryan was raw strength, Zinnia was precision, her staff disabling Krell's leg with a pinpoint strike. As he stumbled, Ryan delivered an enhanced uppercut, the suit's power sending Krell crashing to the ground, his helmet fracturing to reveal a pallid, humanoid face with black eyes. Around them, the battle ended. Vorix agents surrendered or fled, only to be captured by Aridesian forces and Alliance Marines from the drop ships. Krell gasped. "The Imperium will come in force." "Let them," Zinnia said, standing beside Ryan, her blue hand resting on his arm. "Arides and the Alliance stand united." Ryan caught her eye, a grin breaking through his exhaustion. "Alliance, huh? That official?" "It will be," Zinnia said, her violet eyes sparkling. "After I speak with Harrington. We have much to discuss. A formal alliance, a shared defense." Dawn broke over the plaza, its golden light bathing the ancient stones and Zinnia's blue skin in a warm glow. Ryan pulled her close, ignoring the aches from the fight. "Hell of a first date," he teased, his voice rough but warm. Zinnia's laugh was musical, her silvery hair catching the sunlight. "Is this a human date? Danger, victory, and chemistry? All the essentials," Ryan said, brushing a strand of hair from her blue cheek. "What's next for us?" Her fingers traced his jaw, her touch cool and grounding. "You stay, Ryan Blake, as Alliance liaison to Arides. For cultural exchange, of course." "Nightly briefings?" he murmured, their lips brushing in a kiss that felt like a promise, their resonance humming softly between them. "For the galaxy," Zinnia replied, her blue skin glowing as they embraced under the rising suns. Their connection, born in a stolen moment amid danger, had forged an alliance that would reshape the stars. The metamorph relic remained safe, its secrets guarded, but the true treasure was the bond between a human and an Aridesian, a resonance of spirits that promised a future where their worlds stood together against the void. Months later, the Palace of Arides buzzed with activity, its spires now a hub for Aridesian Alliance cooperation. Ryan, officially the Alliance liaison, stood in a diplomatic chamber, his stealth suit replaced by a tailored uniform that still felt foreign. Zinnia, radiant in her regal attire, her blue skin shimmering under crystal chandeliers, coordinated with Alliance and Aridesian leaders. Their resonance had deepened, a subtle hum that let them anticipate each other's thoughts during negotiations, turning them into a formidable team. The Vorix threat lingered, but Krell's capture had yielded intelligence that crippled their operations in the sector. The replica relic had been a masterstroke, exposing their spies and forcing the Imperium to retreat, for now. Zinnia's council, initially wary of Ryan, now saw the value of their alliance, especially as trade and tech exchanges flourished. The Metamorph engine's secrets were shared selectively, its potential for healing worlds sparking joint projects to restore war-torn planets. That evening, on a balcony overlooking Arides' twinkling capital, Ryan and Zinnia stood together, the twin stars casting their violet glow. "We did it," Zinnia said, her blue hand in his. The Vorics are reeling, and our worlds are stronger together. We're not done, Ryan said, his green eyes warm. The Imperium's still out there, and I'm not leaving your side. Zinnia's violet eyes sparkled, her patterns glowing softly. Good. I'd hate to lose my favorite human. She held up a small object, an obsidian ring inlaid with Aridesian crystals, a blend of their traditions. On Arides, we seal bonds with such tokens. Will you wear it? Ryan slid the ring onto his finger, his heart swelling. On Earth, we call this a proposal. I'm in, Zinnia. For you, for Arides, for the galaxy. Their kiss was a fusion of worlds, her cool blue skin against his warmth, their resonance a quiet promise. The stars above seemed to pulse in time with their bond, a testament to a connection that had turned a thief's mission into a galactic alliance. As they stood together, the future stretched before them, challenging, uncertain, but theirs to shape, hand in hand, across the stars. The twin stars of Arides hung low in the violet sky, their light glinting off the crystalline spires of the Palace of Arides, now a beacon of hope in a galaxy teetering on the edge of war. 3 months had passed since Ryan Blake, the Alliance scout, and Zinnia, ruler of Arides, had forged an unlikely bond in the heat of battle against Executive Krell. Their victory in the Central Plaza had cemented a tentative alliance between the human-led Alliance and the Aridesian people, but the shadow of the Vorics Imperium loomed larger than ever. Ryan stood on the palace's grand balcony, his 6 feet 1 inch frame clad in a hybrid uniform, Alliance tactical gear infused with Aridesian metallic runes that shimmered like Zinnia's blue skin. His green eyes scanned the bustling capital below, where human engineers worked alongside Aridesian craftsmen, fortifying the city against the inevitable counterstrike. At 29, Ryan was no longer just a thief. He was the Alliance liaison, a role that felt as foreign as the alien world he now called home. Zinnia approached, her blue skin glowing faintly in the twilight, her silvery white hair braided with crystal threads that caught the star's hue. Her black leather outfit, now adorned with diplomatic insignia, hugged her lithe, powerful frame, but her violet eyes held a weight that hadn't been there during their first encounter. Their resonance of spirits, the Aridesian term for the psychic and emotional bond they discovered in the dungeon, hummed softly between them, a constant thread that let Ryan feel her emotions, determination, worry, and a flicker of warmth when her gaze met his. The Vorics are moving, she said, her melodious voice tinged with urgency as she summoned a holographic map from her wrist device. Krell's interrogation confirmed they've located the third piece of the metamorph relic. It's on a derelict station in the Outer Rim, near Vega. Ryan's hand found hers, his warmth contrasting her cool blue skin, their resonance amplifying the touch into a shared pulse of resolve. The metamorph engine, with its power to heal or destroy worlds, was the key to their alliance, and the Vorics' obsession. With 2 pieces secured on Arides, the third could complete the engine, or in the wrong hands, unleash chaos. We can't let them get it, Ryan said, his scout instincts kicking in. I'll lead a team. The Alliance has dropped ships ready, and with our resonance, we'll outmaneuver them. Zinnia's violet eyes searched his, her patterns shifting with a mix of admiration and concern. We go together, she declared, her voice firm. The relic responds to resonance. Our bond may be the key to securing it. Besides, she added, her tone softening, I can't trust you not to peek at ancient tech without me. Ryan chuckled, pulling her close, their lips meeting in a kiss that sent electric shivers through their bond. Her cool, velvety mouth against his warmth, her blue skin glowing faintly with patterns that danced like living art. Wouldn't dream of it, Your Eminence, he teased, his voice rough with affection. Their resonance had deepened since the plaza, a subtle hum that let them anticipate each other's thoughts, making them a formidable team in council chambers and combat drills alike. But the weight of their mission pressed heavily. Failure meant the Vorics could weaponize the engine, threatening billions. The Aridesian council chamber buzzed with tension as Ryan and Zinnia briefed their joint team. Elder Clyra, a wizened Aridesian with intricate blue patterns across her skin, leaned forward, her violet eyes skeptical. This human's recklessness endangers us all, she said, her voice sharp. The relic must remain on Arides, not chased across the stars. Zinnia's blue skin flared, her patterns pulsing with authority. Ryan's plan exposed Krell and crippled the Vorics' spies. His instincts, combined with our resonance, make him essential. Admiral Harrington, joining via hologram from an Alliance cruiser, nodded. Blake's unorthodox, but he gets results. Our scans confirm Vorics cruisers at Vega. We need that relic before they do. Ryan met Clyra's gaze. I'm not here to steal, Elder. I'm here to protect. The Vorics won't stop, and neither will we. Clyra's patterns softened, though her expression remained stern. Very well, but the relic's power requires a ritual of resonance to activate. Only a bonded pair can wield it safely. Zinnia's hand tightened in Ryan's, their bond humming with shared understanding. We'll prepare, she said, her voice steady. The ritual will be our last resort. As the meeting ended, Ryan pulled Zinnia aside in a quiet alcove, the city's lights twinkling below. A ritual, he asked, his green eyes curious. Sounds intense. Zinnia's blue fingers traced his jaw, her touch grounding him. The ritual of resonance binds 2 spirits fully, amplifying their connection to channel the engine's power. It's dangerous. Some pairs don't survive the neural strain. Ryan felt a flicker of her fear through their bond, but also her resolve. We've faced worse, he said, kissing her forehead. Besides, I'm not losing you now. Her laugh was soft, her violet eyes warm. You humans and your defiance of fate. The Ether's Edge, a sleek fusion of Alliance and Arides tech, launched from Arides orbital dock, its crystalline hull shimmering under the twin stars. Ryan piloted from the bridge, Zinnia beside him, her blue skin reflecting the console's turquoise glow. Their team, 10 Alliance Marines and 8 Arides Guardians, led by Captain Vren, a blue-skinned warrior with a scar across one pointed ear, prepped in a hold. The ship's cloaking engaged as they approached Vega's derelict station, a crumbling relic of an ancient civilization orbiting a dying star. Scans show 3 Vorex cruisers, Zinnia said, her violet eyes on the hollow display. Energy signatures in the station's core. Likely the relic. Ryan's hands danced over the controls, their resonance letting him feel her Aridesian perception of subtle energy shifts. There, she thought, her mental voice sharp, guiding him to a docking bay shielded from Vorex sensors. They're excavating the central chamber. The Ether's Edge docked silently, its hull blending with the station's shadows. Ryan and Zinnia led the strike team through corroded corridors, the air heavy with dust and static. Vorex patrols loomed, their gaunt, insectoid forms moving with eerie precision, their pallid skin stark against the station's decay. Ryan signaled a halt, his bond with Zinnia letting him sense a patrol before it rounded a corner. Her staff crackled, disabling a guard with a silent pulse, while Ryan's blaster dropped another, their movements seamless. Deeper in, the central chamber glowed with a relic's energy, a third fragment pulsing on a pedestal of warped metal, surrounded by Vorex scientists in armored suits. At their center stood Governor Thal, a towering Vorex with segmented armor that absorbed light, his black eyes gleaming with cold intelligence. That's Thal, Zinnia whispered, her blue skin tense with recognition. Krell's superior. He's ruthless. We take the relic, Ryan said, his voice low. Hit hard, hit fast. Their team struck, chaos erupting as blasters and energy staffs lit the chamber. Ryan tackled a Vorex guard, snapping its elongated arm, while Zinnia's staff felled 2 scientists in a whirl of blue-skin grace. Their resonance amplified every move. Ryan dodged a blade he couldn't see, guided by Zinnia's perception, while she tapped his tactical instincts to flank Thal. The governor activated a device, the relic's energy flaring dangerously, sending tremors through the station. You're too late, Thal roared, his voice distorted through his helmet. The engine will serve the Imperium. Ryan lunged for the relic, but Thal's blade grazed his side, pain searing through him. Zinnia's staff struck Thal's arm, forcing him back, and together they seized the fragment, its iridescence sinking with their bond in a surge of warmth. The chamber shook as Vorex reinforcements poured in, their numbers overwhelming. We're pinned, Vren shouted, his blue skin bloodied as he fired. Fall back, Ryan ordered, clutching the relic as Zinnia covered him, her staff a blur of energy. Alliance Marines laid down suppressive fire, but the station's structure groaned, threatening collapse. Their resonance pulsed, guiding them through the chaos to an escape shaft. The Ether's Edge awaited, its engines humming as they boarded, Vorex cruisers firing on their position. Ryan piloted them out, Zinnia's hand on his shoulder, her blue fingers steadying him despite the pain in his side. We've got it, she said, securing the relic in a containment pod. But Thal escaped. He'll be back, Ryan grunted, dodging a cruiser salvo. The Ether's Edge cloaked, slipping into hyperspace as the station crumbled behind them. Back on Arides, the palace's medical bay was a haven of bioluminescent crystals, their turquoise light dancing across Zinnia's blue skin as she bandaged Ryan's wound. Her violet eyes were soft with concern, but her touch was steady, her patterns glowing faintly. You're reckless, she murmured, her breath cool against his skin. You love it, Ryan teased, wincing as she tightened the bandage. Their resonance hummed, her worry mingling with his defiance, a balance that had saved them on Vega. The council chamber was tense as they presented the third relic piece. Elder Clara's patterns pulsed with reluctant approval. You secured it, but the Vorex know its location now. They'll strike Arides directly. Harrington's hologram flickered. Alliance fleets are mobilizing, but we need the engine operational to counter their numbers. Zinnia's blue hand rested on the relic's pod. The ritual of resonance is our only option. It will bind our spirits fully, letting us activate the engine to heal or defend. Clara's violet eyes narrowed. The ritual is dangerous. Your bond may not survive the strain. Ryan felt Zinnia's fear through their resonance, but also her resolve. He squeezed her hand, his voice firm. We've faced death before. We'll do it again, for Arides, for the Alliance. Later, in their private chambers, Zinnia stood by a viewport, her blue skin reflecting the twin stars. Ryan wrapped his arms around her, their bond a warm hum. You scared? He asked, his lips brushing her pointed ear. Terrified, she admitted, turning to face him, her violet eyes vulnerable. But with you, I feel whole. Their kiss was slow, deep, her cool blue skin against his warmth, patterns glowing brighter with each touch. We'll make it, Ryan whispered, his hands tangling in her silvery hair. We got resonance, remember? She laughed, her purple blush deepening. Humans and their defiance. The palace's ritual chamber was transformed, its walls draped with glowing crystals that pulsed in sync with the relic fragments, now arranged on a pedestal of liquid light. Ryan and Zinnia stood at the center, clad in ceremonial robes, his bare chest marked with Aridesian runes, her blue skin adorned with shimmering patterns that mirrored his. Elder Clyra chanted, her voice weaving a melodic cadence that resonated with the crystals, amplifying their bond. Vren, now head of security, stood by the door, his scars stark against his blue skin. Vor's cruisers are 6 hours out, he reported. Whatever you're doing, make it quick. Zinnia's violet eyes met Ryan's, their resonance a steady pulse. Ready, she thought. Always, he replied, their hands clasped. Clyra's chance peaked, and their lips met, their bond surging into a blinding fusion. Their consciousness merged, a torrent of emotions. Zinnia's ancient Aridesian grace, Ryan's human fire, stretching across the stars. They sensed the Vorix fleet, a hive of aggression, and the engine's potential, a vast well of creation and destruction. We don't destroy them, Zinnia's mental voice urged. We transform their network, give them choice. Ryan visualized it, his tactical mind shaping a new pattern, not to shatter, but to reconfigure. The effort was agonizing, pain lancing through their bond like plasma fire. Memories flashed. Ryan's childhood on Earth's war-torn colonies, Zinnia's centuries guarding Arides, threatening to overwhelm them. Stay with me, Ryan projected, his mental voice raw. Never leaving, Zinnia replied, her resolve a beacon. With a final surge, they released the pattern, a ripple of energy that reached the Vorix fleet. The hive mind fractured, ships halting as individual consciousnesses emerged, confused but free. They collapsed, foreheads pressed together, their bond intact but changed. Less overwhelming, more intimate, like a steady flame. The runes on Ryan's skin and Zinnia's patterns faded to faint scars, a testament to their union. The crystals dimmed, their light softening. Vren rushed forward. What happened? We rewired them, Ryan rasped, clutching Zinnia's blue hand. They're individuals now. Zinnia's violet eyes glowed. The fleet stopped. They're communicating, not attacking. Clyra's patterns pulsed with awe. You've done what our ancestors couldn't. You freed the Vorix. Harrington's hologram appeared, his voice gruff. Vega's colonies are safe. You two just rewrote the rulebook. The palace became a hub of renewal. Vorix ships, now independent, negotiated with the Alliance, some surrendering, others scattering to redefine themselves. Ryan and Zinnia stood in the command center, her blue skin radiant under hollow displays, his arm around her waist. Their resonance, now a gentle hum, felt like an extension of their senses, a quiet reassurance. Clyra approached, her ancient eyes softening. Your bond is a bridge between our peoples. We lead the effort to rebuild. Zinnia's patterns pulsed defiantly. We're not symbols. We'll help, but on our terms. Ryan nodded. What she said. We've got a galaxy to fix, but we're doing it together. That night, on their balcony, the twin stars cast violet light across Zinnia's blue skin. Ryan handed her a small box, an Earth-style ring of obsidian and Aridesian crystal. Marry me, he said, his voice soft. Human style, Aridesian style, whatever feels right. Tears shimmered in her violet eyes as she slipped it on. Yes, she whispered, their resonance brimming with joy. Their kiss sealed the promise, the stars witnessing a union that transcended species. 6 months later, Arides thrived as a center of galactic cooperation. Ryan and Zinnia's home overlooked the capital's glowing spires, filled with the scent of alien blooms. Zinnia's hand rested on her abdomen, a faint curve hinting at their child, a hybrid born of their resonance, a miracle defying biology. Lyra, Zinnia said, her blue skin glowing. For a girl, after my mother's star. Thomas, Ryan added, his voice thick. For a boy, after my dad. Their bond pulsed with love, fear, and hope. The council scans confirmed the child's health, a blend of human and Aridesian DNA, suggesting ancient shared ancestry. She, or he, changes everything, Zinnia said, her violet eyes bright. Ryan kissed her, their resonance a quiet song. We changed everything, he said, from a thief in your palace to a family. Zinnia laughed, her blue fingers tracing his scars. Best mistake I ever let you make. As they stood together, the galaxies stretched before them, a future of challenges, but also of unity, forged by a bond that had rewritten the stars.